Hey, this is LeAnne with the Expert Real Estate Team. So I just interviewed Jonathan Anderson. He's with the Lake Cunningham Fire Department. And let's listen to what he's got to say about everything the fire department's been doing during this COVID-19 outbreak. So this is LeAnne with the Expert Real Estate Team, and I am so honored to be here today with Jonathan Anderson at Lake Cunningham Fire Department, and it's nice to meet you, Jonathan.
Nice to meet you too, ma'am.
So I wanted to kind of get a couple of questions answered about how you guys are handling COVID and what's going on, but tell me about what you do. You've got a special position with the fire department, am I right?
Yes, a lot of departments have this position, but my official position is training. So I'm kind of the training officer, the battalion chief over training. But with that, departments like like us, sometimes your officers will have multiple roles you might play. So I help in a lot of areas, help with the supplies and different things that we do, and especially with this COVID. I've assisted a lot with the COVID, with our changes and responses and equipment and things we've had to adjust and acquire due to this.
Okay. Well, tell us about that. What type of new equipment have y'all needed to acquire for COVID?
Well, there are a few things that we've got we've acquired that weren't already in our inventory. Most of the stuff we already had. We just didn't. We wanted to boost that to have more of it, just in case of how we didn't know and still don't know the final outcome or how this virus will completely affect us. So we wanted to get more. So most of the stuff that we began acquiring was more, of course, N95 masks. Everybody hears about the N95s. That's very important. Surgical masks, gowns, gloves, things like that you see. Most people, you'll see them on television and other agencies using them. We wanted to boost our stockpile of those to be ready for it. And again, we had them already. We just wanted some more. There are a few things in there we've got extra, some different disinfectants we've used and some little things we've come up with to help disinfect our equipment and our trucks a lot easier than what was before, where it's just manual. We have new sprayers that we use now to disinfect. But the majority of it was stuff that we already had. We just wanted to get more of it.
Okay. Well, I think that's a positive outcome of this, just, boosting up we didn't know what we were in for. So I think that's a good thing for the public that y'all are more ready.
We are, and that was a positive thing, I guess you would say, would be us learning more about acquiring supplies, because when, now certain supplies take a lot longer to get, and a lot of our suppliers may not be able to get those just because of the virus and where different things are going. So we had to reach out to different vendors and had to take different avenues to get some of this equipment. So we did learn to broaden our base of vendors and places that we could get this stuff.
Sure. Well, how have the firefighters adjusted to the new procedures?
They've done very well. I can't brag on those guys enough. They've really, because a lot of the changes happen very quickly. Some overnight, literally over a day's period, things will change, and then we have to implement a drastic change, just as it comes down. They've done really well adjusting. I'm super proud of them. They've really adjust a lot of new procedures to a lot of the PPE or our personal protective equipment, changes in the way we operate there. And they really went with it and done well. I'm extremely proud of those guys.
How have different agencies come together to deal with the virus in this area?
So that is a very, I guess, something we've not seen on this scale before, but they've extremely well. There are so many agencies out there that have started working a lot closer together than we normally did, to fight this thing. Uh, Agencies that South Carolina DHEC, Emergency Management Division, Greenville County Fire Chief Association, and I'm hope I don't leave anybody. I'm scared to name names because I'll leave somebody out.
Sure.
But and individuals out there in different departments that we hardly ever are around, have really stepped up and been instrumental in getting information out to us and being able to network. We have networked so much more with this, being able to, when we have an issue or something, have a question, you can call and they can get you in touch with someone and just goes around. Our med control, our medical control physicians have been really great at keeping up on it and getting the information down and helping, making sure we've got the right procedures in place to keep us safe and is on the most up-to-date information. They've really, this is extremely impressive, and I wish that I could just name everybody and how much it has helped us and meant to us to be able to just get on the phone and call it for a question that, before long they'll have me. If they don't have the answer, they've got me in touch with somebody that does, and that is, it's just outstanding.
That's great. What are some of the resources that the public can use, to kind of keep them up to date with the local and what's going on with COVID? So
the resources, there are a lot out there. As everybody knows, you see the news, a lot of different news agencies and things. What we normally go by is the Centers for Disease Control and South Carolina DHEC. They're kind of the two main ones we look at and use their recommendations, which it also comes down through our medical control, with our medical control physicians that use that. But those are the two main we look at. And you can go on those websites, and it's cdc.gov and scdhec.gov. There's links to those on our website. If you go to lcfd.us, under links, you'll see links there to check those out. You can go there and look, and they'll have the latest recommendations as far as what the public should do to try to remain healthy, remain safe. There's also information there for businesses. A lot of businesses have been affected by this and with the different executive orders. The recommendations there, and I'm not a business owner, but each one of those, a lot of people have been affected by that, and they can go there and get the most up-to-date information that's out there to make sure they're safe and operating their business and with their employees. Those are the two main that we use. And again, there's a lot of information out there. The local news agencies usually keep you pretty up to date on what the most up to date information is. And what people need to remember is that this thing is this virus. They're constantly learning. The researchers and the doctors, and they're constantly learning about this virus. So things change. So if you look at the information we had when this first came around to what we've got now, there's a lot of differences.
Yeah.
So as they find things out, it's best to try to stay up to date as much as possible on what the recommendations are to keep us healthy and keep the virus, is from spreading as much as we can. And currently, the current information, of course, is that as things are opening back up and where people are getting back out, there's a lot of people. You see people out that wear the mask in public that don't. But I would say the main thing with the information we got now is to protect, especially the vulnerable people with a compromised immune system, or for whatever reason they may be more vulnerable than others of catching anything, not just coronavirus, but other things too. Try to shelter them as much as possible. And again, I don't want to get too much into it because I'm not the doctor, and whatever. I don't want to throw any wrong information, but the best thing is what what I would recommend is just go to those sites, look at the most up-to-date information, and try to go by that as best as possible.
Okay, well, I think I've got all my questions. I was going to ask you a couple, but you got them all covered. So anything else that you'd like the folks watching today to know or know about the fire department in itself?
Yes, ma'am. So we just want to let like our citizens know that we are doing okay. We don't have a shortage of PPE right now. We are good, and we're trying to stay on top of that as much as possible. And we appreciate the community support. You know, a lot of folks have called and offered things. People's called and said, "Hey, I got these gloves. I've got medical gloves. You know, can y'all use them?" People's made us some. People have made us masks. Little masks they made. That's great.
That's
we have
sweet.
our own masks that people made for us. That the community outreach has been awesome. And what I could say there is just try to just continue to remember your first responders. Remember not just the fire department. Remember the police, sheriff's office, police department, EMS. EMS have played a really big hand in a lot of the things we do and really helped us. And they are, they're on the front line too, EMS. And some people forget about dispatchers. The dispatch centers, they've had to adjust. They've made major adjustments to make sure that, and when they're dispatched, that the information is to keep us safe. As we go, we've got as much as we need to make sure that we stay safe on these responses. Just remember, and say a prayer for them. Say a prayer for them as much as possible as you can. If you see them, just let them know. If you get the opportunity to let them know, I wouldn't say go. A lot of our stations are they're restricted access right now because of the COVID. So you can't just come to you come to the fire station. We'll come out in the parking lot, of course, and talk, but people aren't allowed into it. And a lot of stations are that way. So you may not be able to physically approach them right now, but if you see them, just somehow let them know that you appreciate them.
Sure.
But we're doing good here. So right now we've been blessed. We're hanging in there, and we've not had anybody test positive for the virus. So our workforce is still up, and we're taking. And that's one of the things we've had to change too, is to make sure we had plans in place. Plans to where if we do get, someone does get sick, to backfill our ranks and make sure we move people around. We have those in place now, and thankfully we've not had to use them. But we're there, just to make sure that we keep our department up and going, at all times during this to help the people, the public. But yeah, just say a prayer for first responders and support them any way you can, and just hang in there.
Right. Well, I really appreciate you taking your time with me today, and it means so much that you guys do what you do. And we love you all. Thank you so much.
Well, we appreciate the opportunity to get to reach out to our citizens, and we just think we're honored to be able to serve our district.
Oh, you're so sweet. Well, stay safe.
Thank you, ma'am.
So I hope that was helpful and you learned a lot. And if there's anything that you need, reach out to us, reach out to them. They are a wonderful resource, and we are so thankful that they are there working for us and protecting us, as all of the first responders are. Thanks so much. And if you like what we're doing, click subscribe below, and we'll keep doing it.